there has been growing pressure for change in international organizations. This relates to their age and their sclerotic character. After 70 years, they no longer fit very well with the world of today. And perhaps the powerful body in the world that fits least well with the realities of the world today is the Security Council. Its composition, with 5 permanent members selected in 1945, its very limited membership at the moment, with 11 rather disempowered elected members of the Council, is probably not what the UN needs. Now, the problem with reforming the Security Council, everybody talks about Security Council reform, is the current dispensation isn't ideal for any of the permanent members, but it's better than any alternative. So all 5 of the permanent members, each of which can veto reform of the Security Council, all 5 of them in fact oppose it. Some of them hypocritically claim publicly that they would favor it. They have done nothing to advance it if they do favor it. So we can assume in secret they don't. So this explains why there is no reform of the Security Council, and that is pregnant again with risk for the UN system, because to observers beyond the perimeter of the UN, all of this looks highly gamed, highly artificial, and suiting certain powers over the interests and weight of other powers. I used to live in India, as Noel mentioned, and from an Indian perspective, soon the most populous country of the world, country with a self-generated space program, a country with nuclear weapons, the idea that Britain is a permanent member and it is not rings somehow quite false. And a number of other countries, notably in the developing world, which is rapidly developing, contrary to what one might suppose, feel likewise. So this absence of reform of the Security Council is actually gnawing at the credibility of the whole organization. Other things also gnaw at the credibility of the organization, but nothing more so than when the Security Council is ineffective in maintaining the global peace, the ineffectiveness of the Council at times, and a sense that the institution is increasingly remote from publics, and it is more remote physically, partly because of the threat of terrorism against various UN targets, and partly because this more noisy and quarrelsome world we seem to be heading into is much more resistant to the gentle appeals of cooperation for peace, cooperation for development. A bit like the internet, it's all about me, me, me.